Hey y'all, welcome back to Super Geeked, where we celebrate all the things we get super geeked about. My name's Victoria and I am a full-time reseller. I sell on platforms like eBay, Poshmark, Etsy, and Mercari. And today, I'm gonna share with you a different kind of haul. That's right, it's a haul, y'all, but a different kind of haul. So today I'm sharing with you men's fashion. If you're not new here, then you may be thinking, wow, Victoria picks up men's fashion, because you rarely see me talk about it. Well, I do pick up men's fashion from time to time. And thanks to my friend Heroin Bob over at Bob Buys, she suggested I do a haul of what kind of men's products I pick up. Again, the vast majority of the items that I sell are not men's. They are women's fashion, accessories, shoes, and also I like to pick up a lot of mid-century modern hard goods. But I do pick up men's fashion when I come across something that I think is interesting or I feel like I can make some money on. So I'm gonna show you a haul. Little secret, I have not listed anything from the men's department in a very long time, but I have been hoarding it. So I'm gonna share with you these items that I'm getting ready to list on all 4 platforms. And I'm going to tell you where I got it and also tell you what the comps look like for each item. So first I'm going to start with 2 items that aren't going to bring me tons of money, but I think are really fun, and they are men's ties. The first one is the sort of like nerdy tie. I think it is some sort of element, but it is by the brand Mr. Geek, and they call it nerd wear, which I thought was really funny. I probably will only get about $15 for this tie. I am going to go ahead and bring this tie and the other tie I'm going to show you to Pride, because we're going to have a booth at Pride this year in Biloxi, which I get so excited about. We do like to do live in-person events a couple times a year. I sell my clothing and accessories at those events, and we get to meet a lot of new people and network. It's a lot of fun. So this is a tie I think will go over really well at Pride, and it's this. That's a bunch of bums right there. And the tie is called, the tie actually has a name. It's called Bringing Up the Rear, and it is by Alan Creative. But just a really fun tie. You actually can't tell what it is until you get up close, but I thought that was really funny. Again, probably only get $15 for it, but I love novelty print anything, so that was a fun find for me. These are some men's Jimmy Choo slides. They're called the Ray Slide, and I actually picked these up at a DIY designer box from ThredUp. You may have seen it in that video where I collabed with some of my reseller friends, but these should bring me about $125. Very cool. They're in great condition. And yeah, love these Jimmy Choos. And then another designer piece I have are these Prada penny loafers. They were one of my finds the first time I ever went to the Goodwill outlet, aka the bins. So I was excited to find Prada my first trip. The name has worn off just a little bit on the interior. I did give these to my husband. He wore them a couple times, but just really didn't like the fit. And you can still see the Prada on the bottom. They do have some wear. I do believe they are a vintage style, but I should be able to still get about $225 for these Prada penny loafers. All right, let's get into some clothes and then we'll get back to the shoes in a minute. First clothing item are these RDNK fun like Moto Jeans. They have some distressing on the knee and the thigh area. I am probably gonna look at getting about $30 for these. I did pick these up at the Goodwill outlet, so they only cost me $1 something, so not too bad. These next few shirts were given to me at the beginning of quarantine by one of my neighbors. The first is a vintage Polo Ralph Lauren shirt, but this is a very sought after style, believe it or not. These are kind of rare to find with this patchworking on the front, and it says C1 rafting on the back. So it is the rafting style. And this particular polo had sold on eBay at $50. So that'll be a nice flip because I didn't pay anything for these shirts. Next up, he gave me 2 of these Guinness shirts. First one is this black polo that says Guinness with the harp and signature. These are 2XLs, so good size, in good condition. This one will probably bring around $25. And another 2XL rugby style striped shirt. My neighbor is English, so he's really into rugby. But anyway, this one will bring about $20. And then he also gave me this Polo Ralph Lauren vintage Caldwell top in a 2XL in this like tropical Hawaii nautical. It's got a marlin on it, some sailboats print. It's really cool, very soft and moves. So this should bring me around $30. So great deal on all those shirts because again, I got those for free. So anything I sell them for is going to be a profit. Okay, another bins find were these American Eagle Outfitters, and they're the Extreme Flex 4. I actually thought these were women's, but they are men's. They have the deep pockets. They were just a bit of a mistake. If they were women's, I would get more money for them. Men's, I'll probably get about 20 bucks. But still, I've got them at the bin, so they were only $1 and change. So I'm not mad about it. And we all make mistakes, you know. Another item I was gifted by my neighbor is this Lands' End 2XL puffer vest. It is down-filled, nice size, but they're not selling for tons. I'll probably only get $25. Lands' End's not the most sought after in these puffer vest styles, but figuring it's down-filled, it's still gonna sell, so I'll still make a profit. Another gifted item, but from one of my mother's friends. This was her son's Oxblood leather bomber jacket. It is vintage. It's in excellent condition. Oxblood was really popular in the late 70s and early 80s. Everybody had Oxblood leather jackets, including my mom and my grandmother. So anyway, it's in great condition. It does have this venting here, so it's more comfortable to wear. And I probably can get around the $75 range for this bomber jacket. Some of the trenches don't sell for as much because they're a lot more saturated, but this bomber style and being a men's jacket should do a little better. My mom's friend also gave her these shoes. They're by a brand that I had not heard of before, Calto, and I did look them up whenever she offered them to me because they are in excellent condition. They may have only been worn once or twice. I don't really have to do anything to them. And surprisingly, the comps were about $50 on these. So again, a great item that I'll make a nice profit on considering I have zero cost of goods invested. Okay, an item that I picked up at a thrift store were these leather boots. So I actually paid $25 for these. I know it sounds like a lot. Let me put one of them down because they're heavy. So the reason why I decided to pay up for these were I noticed that on the front it's stamped Chippewa and has a Native American head. Also the bottoms were vibrant bottoms. They are an off-white color. They're supposed to be this color. I did clean them a little bit with acetone and I did condition the leather, but you guys can see it's in near perfect condition. And also these are steel-toed boots. So these are men's work boots. These are called the Edge Walker boots. They're just a slip-on style. And they were selling on eBay in the $150 to $200 range. So $25 was not a bad investment because even if I get on the lower end of that or get around $100 for them, that's still going to be a nice profit for me. Like I said, I'm not very versed in men's. I don't sell a lot of men's, but sometimes you can just tell quality and just look it up, check the comps. Back to the clothes. This is another shirt that I picked up at the Goodwill outlet. And the reason why I bought it is I love these Hawaiian tropical print shirts. I'm very much into mid-century modern, like I mentioned before. So a lot of dudes who are into like rockabilly and that whole 1950s era like to wear these, especially because it has pinups all over it. So I couldn't let it sit in a bin. It's by the brand Robert Stock, which I didn't know anything about. Size medium, but it is an oversized size medium. So anyway, I was looking at comps, and the comps on this were not that great. But it's hard to find cool tropical print, you know, Hawaiian style shirts that have pinups on it. I mean, they were very popular around Y2K, but nowadays you don't see them as much. So I let my husband try it on, and he looked excellent in it. So we're actually going to end up keeping this because I did buy it to resell, but I probably only paid $1 or something for it. So at the bin. So yeah, he's going to keep this one. Okay, another gifted item from a different neighbor at the beginning of quarantine. I didn't know her, but she reached out to me, and she had 2.5 large trash bags full of stuff that she had sourced at the Goodwill bins in Denver when she lived there, because she used to do some reselling. One of the bags was completely full of, I think, like 60 Lululemon items. Excellent. That really got me through quarantine. Those bags that she gave me, very sweet girl. She's now moved out of our neighborhood because she's Air Force. But one of the pieces in there was this Lululemon's men's tank, and it hasn't been listed yet since the beginning of quarantine. Here's the Lululemon logo. It's in excellent condition. It's called the Metal Vent Tank, and this color and style of tank was selling for around $40 on Poshmark. So I feel comfortable I'll probably be able to get somewhere around that. The same haul where I picked up the Jimmy Choo slides, I actually got these Alexander McQueen wool Houndstooth jogger pants. Very cool. I thought they were women's at first, but I'm almost positive they're men's. The pockets are really deep on them. And there were other styles in men's that looked like this, but I haven't seen any for sale on any other websites. And I'm hoping to get about $85 for these. Another bins pickup, another brand I did not know was this Uzi, again with the Hawaiian print, but I thought this shirt looked quality. The buttons on it also say the brand name. So that was a little hint to me that that this shirt might be something good. And it was in excellent condition, so for $1 something, I'm like, whatever, I'll get it. It'll probably only sell for around $15, but I didn't pay much for it, so the bins, I have a little more room to get some lower priced items. Then I have these fabulous Everlane jeans that I thrifted. They are in a 38 waist, 30 length in men's, all black, in great condition. And the men's Everlane don't sell for as much as the women's Everlane jeans, but I hope to get about $50 for these. Okay, another gifted item from my English neighbor, Kevin. These are some Pebbled leather Haan driving loafers. You can see they have the pegs on the back. So they are driving loafers. They're actually in good condition. I did condition the leather. These are called the Air Grant, and they are the penny loafer style, and I should be able to get around $50 for these. On one of my recent thrifting trips to New Orleans, I was so excited that I found this blazer. It is a men's blazer. It was in the women's section because, again, I don't go in the men's section a whole lot. It is John Varvatos. I like that the front of this blazer has like the hidden buttons, and it's got this sort of like metallic sheen to the jacket. Very nice condition. I did find like a band laminate in the pocket, you know, one of those laminates that they give you when you can go backstage at a concert. And it was for a jazz festival in Cuba. So that's kind of interesting. Still never found money in a pocket. This jacket retailed for about $495, and I'm hoping to get around the $100 mark for it. These next three shirts came from my mom's friend that I mentioned earlier, and they're all these Magellan fishing shirts and an extra large. They don't look like they were ever worn, but they don't have tags on them anymore. These are very popular where I live because we live on the Gulf of Mexico, so there's a lot of fishing. I have it in a gray, a coral color, and in this pretty turquoise. The turquoise is an XL, but it's an XLT, so it's a tall length. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody in my family that wears XL, or I would hand these off to them, but instead I'm going to sell them. They'll only bring about $15 a piece, but again, my cost of goods was $0. Okay, this was a fun find. I found this at the Goodwill outlet, aka the bins. It is a double-breasted men's blazer. And look at these buttons. Oh, these buttons are great. Something made me look at this because we often find blazers at the Goodwill bins. But this one is Christian Dior. It's the Monsieur line, which was a department store line. And you can see, are made exclusively for Dillard's, which is a department store. But it's in excellent condition. These blazers don't bring tons, but because it has the gold crested buttons and it is double-breasted, this one should bring around $85. If it wasn't double-breasted and didn't have the gold buttons, it probably would bring about $50. All right, rounding out this haul, I have 2 pairs of thrifted pants, and they are by the brand Bonobos, which is a great men's brand. Both of these pairs of pants are the Monday pants. So they are dress men's slacks, sort of like a business casual type of men's slack. And each of the colorways has a different day of the week. So Mondays are navy blue. So this first one is in a size 32-32. And this one is in a great size 36-36. So they were both thrifted. I paid around $5 for each of them. And I would expect to get around the $35 mark. I might be able to get a little bit more for the ones that are taller, but around $35. Next up was another bins find. So I paid $1 and change for this. It is a men's Western shirt. These were very popular around Y2K. All my guy friends wore Western shirts with the pearl snap buttons. And this is by the brand Sheplers. They're not as popular as they were during Y2K, so I probably would have gotten a lot more for them back then, but they sold for about $15, so I picked it up at the bins because, you know, my cost of goods is so low. And last men's item to show you is this really cool rain jacket. It does have removable sleeves, so they zip off, and it has a hidden hood that zips under there. Quite deceiving, just this little black jacket. This might give you a little hint of what brand it might be, but if it doesn't, here you go. This is Versace. This is the classic, so it's a vintage style rain jacket. Even though it's Versace, it only brings about $60 because most Versace that you're thinking about that you're going to make big money on are the loud prints and anything that has the Versace spell out, but this is sort of like a hidden little gem. So I'll probably get about $60 for this jacket, but still not bad. I did get this in a ThredUp DIY designer box, so I paid up a little bit for it. I think at the time cost of goods on the box were about $12 an item. So I'll still make a really nice profit on this jacket. So that's all I have to share with you today of my men's haul and what kind of men's items I pick up or hoard to resell. I will be getting these items listed soon. They are next on my to-do list. So you will start to see these men's items in my stores, in my Poshmark closet. Let me know what you think about my men's items that I do source, because like I said, I'm not extremely versed in men's fashion, but I do pick it up from time to time. If you're not already subscribed to our channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up on the way out, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.